Okay, so we are back again. A new weekend.
Yeah.
A beautiful one.
Yes.
New buzzwords, new gist, new trends, new everything that is actually happening right now. You know the part that I'm super excited? It's the fact that we're actually in this, like we're at the second half.
Yeah, of course.
July. I always felt like, I don't know, growing up, I always felt like the best months are from July.
Why?
I'm so joking. I'm serious. I'm not capping on this one. Like, I'm just being real. Like, I felt that way. Your opinion is okay. You can think it, but that is my opinion. Like, I just feel like from July all the way to December, like especially September. I feel like these were the best months ever. But I'm happy to see you.
Yeah,
like seriously. Yeah. Like this, I don't know. I think you and I started like 3 months ago. So.
Yes.
Right here. Oh, this is good. Anyway, how are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm good.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know her already. I don't even need to introduce Treasure. Okay, so Treasure, I know we've got a whole lot of stories that has been like making headlines. Like today, we're going to be looking at them. But would you share with us one story you're expecting, or you think you want to talk about?
I would love to talk about the Mohbad story. I mean, it's so tragic. I feel. When I saw it, I
the
felt
back and
so
forth with it and all that.
It's kind of like, I don't want to just say something, but let's just start. Yeah, I have a lot to say.
All right, so first story on our social media trend is the story she just talked about. So court dismisses Mohbad's father suit challenging DPP's advice on suspects release. So the Lagos High Court has dismissed Joseph Aloba's legal challenge against the Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP, advice that led to the release of Naira Marley, Sam Larry, and others in connection with the late Mohbad's death. Now, Justice Taiwo has ruled the Attorney General acted lawfully and that the DPP's discretion in prosecutorial matters cannot be contested in court. So Alaba's lawyer, Wahab Shaitu, actually plans to appeal, arguing the decision denied fair hearing. So the DPP actually clarified the suspects were discharged, not acquitted due to insufficient evidence. Also, controversial figures. Sam Larry has also. I think he also came out in a video, or should I say, a podcast with an interview with Very Dark Man. He also addresses his alleged role in Mohbad's death. He also claimed that the match talked about 2 million naira. What he talked about was like a birthday support. It wasn't like a debt. The interview actually has packed a whole lot of mixed reactions. Some people feel like this is actually damage control. You're not supposed to be talking about this. Others also feel like, okay, we need to know some truths and everything. But the question is, from his father trying to raise the issue back again to this conversation surfacing all over again, a lot of people feel like, you guys should just allow the guy rest in peace. But what do you have to say?
Well, for me, I'll just say that. I'll just give my opinion, right? First of all, Mohbad's death was very tragic, like very, very tragic. I actually thought that everything has been settled, but then coming to look at this particular issue, I tried to look in-depthly into it. And I feel like, first of all, you understand, it is natural for the family and also the public to seek answers. But we should not forget that prosecuting anyone without strong evidence, even if it's a high-profile case, without strong evidence, is going to undermine the integrity of the justice system. Yes, and also I know that the court's dismissal of the suit actually is going to, although it's legally sound, right, but it's going to make the family feel unsupported and also unheard. Yeah, and also, from what I saw, some Nigerians actually feel like this particular case was not handled properly. Like they are actually questioning the way the case was handled. Yeah. First of all, for me, and also some of the Nigerians that came out, I feel like it raises fair questions. Like, number one, the investigation that was carried out, what's the quality and the depth of the investigation? Number two, with this specific, with this specific effort to actually maybe you guys will carry out the investigation with this specific effort to bring out information that could help the family. No, remember that it's somebody's child that died, right? So it's something that is going to hurt the family so much. You get. And also, I feel like, has justice really been sought out? Like, has justice actually been sought for? Has it actually been done? Or maybe the case has just been processed in a formal sense and all the rest. Well, I'll just say that the body should be laid to rest. He should be buried and everything should just be sorted out. The family has tried all they could. They should just allow everything to be settled. They shouldn't maybe
The
come out
truth
again.
is,
Yeah.
the ups and downs are just too much.
Yeah.
Like today, there's how many years now? Like,
I mean,
it's just today, there's tomorrow, that today.
well, I understand. I
it's-
mean, it's their child.
I know a lot of people are
and
looking
it's
for closure,
painful,
but
yeah.
no more. I don't know how to put it. Like last week when we talked about this story, my guess we're having a conversation. We're like, okay. There was a part where I was like, okay, this how do you call it? The father, I feel like the father also has back and forth with it. First, it was his wife. First, he's talking about the son going to get a DNA, then this and that. But anyway, I'm just happy that we had a follow up because this was a conversation we started last week. So I'm just happy that there's a follow up on it too.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like they tried their best though. They tried their best. It's obvious they tried their best. I mean, it's even if it happened to someone else, they will also do everything possible to bring justice. You get, but then
let's just hope for the best. All right, moving on to another controversial story that really made headlines this weekend, man. So, according to our legends, okay, man not built for one woman. This is actually two Papa here. She's back outrage and apologizes after viral monogamy comments. So, let's go with this. So, this is it. So, Nigerian music legend two Papa, which of course Innocent Idibia, has come under heavy fire following controversial remarks about male sexuality made just months after he split from his longtime wife Annie Idibia. Now, in a viral interview with media personality Nedu Tupapa stated, "A man is not built to sexually be with one woman. It's the biology of a man." First of all, I also felt like it was another way for Nedu to actually come into the picture again after his other podcast. Now, the comment, which follows public allegations of infidelity and multiple children outside the marriage, drew widespread backlash for reinforcing negative gender stereotypes. Now, in response to the outrage, Tupac actually released a public apology on Instagram during the following day, where he emotionally admitted fault and expressed deep regret. So he started saying he has messed up. I know I'm going to pay the price. He said, apologizing to his wife, Natasha, whom he's recently remarried, his children, fans, and everyone affected by his words. He also described Natasha as amazing, wonderful, and smart, while taking full responsibility for the hurt his comments she said, of course. She also, despite some defending the statement as brutality, and as many, many Nigerians continue to criticize as harmful and dismissive of accountability. The funny thing is, a lot of celebrities came out saying, nah, this is not this guy. This is not him. Now, the truth is, dude, you said whatever you want to say. What are you apologizing? There was a minute where I watched, Daddy Fish was like, yo, why are you even facing yet? Like, you're facing like this and you're apologizing. Some people felt like, this is not, his brother came out and said, this is not you. This is not you. This is not you.
I feel like it couldn't be that he was saying this thing to maybe bring Nedu back to the picture. It could also be a reason. You know, sometimes I feel like...
I wouldn't want to support that because when I watch Young, Rich, Famous Africans, he did make something similar like that, statement like that about this man, Even if he was trying to bring, I don't think he's trying to bring Nedu back or anything. He just said his truth. Like, he said what he felt. But probably he might have not said it in a way that public would see it as a good one.
Well, let me just differ, just like you said. First of all, the statement is very disappointing, and also it's an excuse for cheating.
To shock you that we have people who actually have that kind of thought.
Yes, I know they do, but then it's an excuse for cheating. I mean, as a public figure, let's look at it.
Legend.
Yes, as a public legend, I mean, you're normalizing infidelity. Like, you're making, in a society where people are even struggling with trust issues in relationship, you're coming out to normalize infidelity. I mean, it's something that it sends a wrong message.
I'm trying to read into it, and I'm like, okay, you're trying to say you could have one woman, but then you have every right to go outside and do what you want to do.
So the question, first of all,
is that supposed to be normal?
Is he trying to say that now that he's remarried, right, he's going to like do this thing again? Is that what he's trying to say?
I don't even know, but the fact that a lot of people, you see, somebody was saying that, funny enough, this is how some people, like, this are certain men's mentality. Like, this are certain people, their mentality in Nigeria, like, not even in the world. Let's put it that way. This is how certain people think, you understand? But I think people, if a different person had said it, maybe people wouldn't have But because it was two Baba who said it, you get me? I think that we've gone to a point where we are making the abnormal feel normal. We are laughing and smiling about it, but it's
not
pretty
good,
sad. You understand? First, when I saw it, first thing that came into my mind, I was like, God, please give me one of your good sons, I beg. Seriously, because if a man could feel comfortable telling you that I could have you, and you say, well, first of all, I said biology. I know that I didn't read biology, but this biology is not biology.
I read biology because
it's not biology. I don't know which biology this is. Maybe it's traditionalist biology.
Faithfulness is a choice. If you want to be faithful, it's a choice. It's not. It doesn't need nothing. It has nothing to do with biology.
It's supposed to be a choice. You're supposed to be faithful. You're married to somebody. You're supposed to be faithful.
It came out to
like we should get to a point
where
we should get to a point where if you are not into this, just leave. Just don't put the other person under. But anyway, I don't know. Some people felt like his I think that the reason one of his video was saying that he feel like Annie is going all the way there and people were like going like this.
See,
you understand?
Just be conscious of the person you're getting married to. Just know the person, because sometimes these guys come out to tell you, bro, I've watched
it's his own it's his opinion and that is what he feels. But for me, one thing I want to say is that I think like we should, in as much as you come on social media to say young people are actually growing, people are actually watching and everything, in as much as he has come out to apologize and all that, for me, I wouldn't want to give my view and say, okay, he's right or he's wrong or something. We all know what is wrong. We all know that this is not making out, it's not adding up and everything and all that. But one thing I'm sure about is let's learn to respect our partners and the people that we are with. You make promises, stick to it. You understand? And I don't know.
See, I also feel like sometimes we should. I feel like we the users, social media users, right? We've come to a stage that we understand that some people, you understand, they just want to come up again. They just want you to remember them. For example, maybe they are faded. Maybe you don't remember those kind of people again. So they want to trend again, and then you just say something.
To trend.
I'm
always
serious.
Remember him.
I know, but I'm just saying sometimes people want to trend again. Not that you've forgotten about them, but they want to trend. They just want to be on that spotlight. They want to trend.
So are you trying to say somebody they held his neck and say, yo, you gotta say
no, but you
said what he wanted.
I know.
Have you watched Young
Rich? I know, but some of these people, they just sit down, craft something that can actually make them trend.
Maybe the apology side you can say is a trend, but that podcast, it wasn't for shame.
If he was really serious about if you want to apologize, apologize. If you don't want to apologize, apologize. Did you see the way he was apologizing? For me, I don't feel like it was actually.
You feel like he wasn't apologizing?
Yes, I just feel like he was just doing okay because people have talked about it.
For a minute, something came. I was like, I'm going to apologize. Because the apology was not apologizing.
Yes,
moving on to the music industry, Ajay Kujo actually becomes first African musician to receive Hollywood Walk of Fame star.
Yeah, congratulations.
So, should I say? Should we say how do you put it, like French, Beninese, or music legend? Angelique Kidjo is set to make history as the first African musician to be honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I am happy.
Yeah.
So the announcement actually made earlier this week places a 5-time Grammy winner among 35 new heroines, like seriously, including Miley Cyrus, Bone Thugs, and Harmony, the Clark sisters, like Layla, you understand? So known for her fusion of African folk and global sounds, Kidjo's actually groundbreaking career spans over 30 years with more than 15 albums and a Guinness World Record for the most global music Grammy wins.
Yeah.
Hi, beautiful. I'm even crying.
Should I say?
Also named and acclaimed actors Timothy, also Rami Malek, and also Marion, and with Putmoto's should I say Stars Award to director Tony Scott, and especially effects also icon Color. So I think a whole lot of them too also had the opportunity to have that. Like imagine your name, Hollywood Walk of Fame. Like they're working on you. Like seriously, do you know the history she has made? First African.
Of course, it's historic. It's inspiring, not just to her, but also to the whole of Africa.
Exactly.
You understand? And it also, she's actually tried to blend for 3 decades. She's tried to blend, or she has been blending African music with global styles, and it shows the power of consistency, persistence, and also artistic integrity. I love what she's doing. She deserves.
I love the collaboration she's doing with the young ones from the video and all of them. Like it's a plus. It's
For
a
me,
good
I also
one.
feel like it shows that, I mean, excellence rooted in culture can actually break global barriers. I
True.
mean, it's beautiful. I love what she's doing.
So you're speaking big English. What's wrong? Okay, let's move on to another one. In the streets on X. So if you can't trust him at the gym, you should not lead. So this is actually by a businesswoman. She states the stressful wives are reacting to husbands' track records. So a businesswoman has weighed on the debate surrounding trust and attraction in gyms. So she argued that mature adults should be able to focus on their goals like fitness without being distracted by revealing outfits. She explained that while women do appreciate men's looks and wealth, that does not mean they'll all be unfaithful. So using her own experience, she emphasizes self-control and commitment, stating that she wouldn't stop going to the gym because of a shirtless man, just as she would not quit her job because of wealthy and attractive co-workers. She also further asserts that if a wife fears her husband being around scantily or clad women at the gym, is because he has given her a reason to doubt him.
Yeah.
So this also reflects either past infidelity or lack of self-discipline. According to her, I think she went on and on. She says that a woman who cannot be trusted in such an environment should not be trusted with leadership or significant responsibilities. Well, she said a whole lot. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
And in recent times, we've been hearing a lot of people complaining about this whole gym outfits and da. I don't know what to say. I had to react to this
I
story.
would love to say,
Please go ahead.
Okay, so
unless you're trying to say you went jalabia to the gym, please go ahead. We are listening to you.
Okay, first of all, I feel like should I say okay, now, okay, first, she made a good point. Yeah, she made a good point. And then for me, trust is not automatic. Trust doesn't come automatically. It's something that is earned, just like respect is earned, you understand? But then when your husband or your man maybe has shown you maybe loyalty throughout the years you guys have been together, you will not have any reason to be insecure, first of all. But when your husband shows lack of respect, lack of discipline, sometimes lack of self-control, I mean, there's no how you feel like, oh, when this man goes out, he's going to mess up. But there's something that I know, and that is that some women, they're just insecure, just like, I mean, their husbands haven't cheated, but then they're just insecure. That could be maybe because of past experiences, maybe advice from friends, and also fear. So what's my advice for these people? My advice is that they should go for therapy. Because I mean, they should go for therapy.
Therapy because of a gym wear.
Yes, now, no, not because because of trust, lack of trust. Yes, because of lack of trust. Yes, now,
in Nigeria,
and even counseling. See, do you know that lack of trust has made some people beat their
all these
wives
things are
and
choices. Just as you said this earlier on.
And also, just know the person you're marrying. Just be careful. But at the end of the day, you still know the person you're marrying, and the person still disappoints you in the long run. So I don't even know what to say at the end of the day. All what I'm saying is that if you know that you have lack of trust, maybe because of past experiences, that one particular past experiences, and then just go for counseling. You don't have to go and pay money. You can just go to someone that is trustworthy and the rest for counseling. You understand? Because I mean, if you don't, you're going to end up telling your husband you're a cheat. And one day he will end up cheating on you, even when he's not a cheat. So that's what I feel. I just feel like, bro, just think women should just do their best to just trust their husbands, and husbands should do their best to respect their wives. Yeah.
Okay, so I saw another one on X where a lady was saying a man peeing by the roadside should be a relationship deal breaker. So a Nigerian woman, Ucha, on X, she has sparked a debate on social media after declaring her strong dislike for men who actually do that on the road, by the roadside. So calling it a reflection of poor behavior and societal decay, she also insists that such action should be considered unacceptable, especially in relation. Now, according to her, many men would do this publicly, or she used some words on them, and then the women dating such men should reconsider their standard. She further laments that in 2025, Nigerians still have to be reminded not to engage in actions that make the environment uninhabitable. Then also pointing out that beyond also corruption and everything. But let's put that one aside. Let's leave that one. She has a point.
Yes,
the point of keeping the environment clean.
Yeah.
And she has a point about the other one.
Yes,
me, I don't know. I think like the way my my brain work is quite interesting. I feel like if I see somebody doing that on the road, there's a way I actually look at you.
Bad
and then
manners.
at that moment, I don't want you to touch me. Like, don't touch me.
Do you know that
I have an issue with that. I personally have an issue with that.
Of showing disrespect because, bro, I'm literally walking on that same pathway.
I feel like you're actually not clean. I feel like you're actually not clean, and that is like it's a huge red flag for me. Like me, so me sometimes when somebody's like, oh please, I want to, like, I'll be like, you could actually go inside.
And it's not only men, no. Females do that too.
That one, I can't remember. I saw, I think, so my house, I was upstairs, and then I was just like watching from the window. Then there was a lady. I was like, girl,
why?
And in that moment, she didn't wash her hands and everything. So I was like, and then she went to now open her car door, and then you think this door, I'll open it. I'm not going to open that door.
Sometimes I also feel like these people are disrespecting other humans. Apart from that,
the environment,
they're even disrespecting other humans. Do you know why I'm saying that? Because this is the same pathway where I'm literally walking on.
Exactly.
And then you just finish urinating, and then I walk out. Oh jeez, God, I don't want to say that, but it's very disappointing and it's annoying.
Aside the fact that it's a turn off when it comes to the, how do you call it, the environment factor. But at the same time, it is a red flag. I don't know how people are surviving. Okay. Like, you've been taking a show with your partner. You know, say, oh, not touch you with the same hand.
The reason I'm like, baby, please, let me just use.
Are you sweaty? Are you okay?
Oh my God.
Are you if you're gonna touch me with that hands? I'm saying, hey, are you okay? Like, why? Wait till
I don't know.
Seriously, she's right. It is a red flag. She is so right about it. It is a red flag. It's a red flag on a society. It's a red flag on the environment. It's a red flag to our relationships. You can't be doing that, okay? Anyway, moving on to another story, which we actually found on X. Football over tradition. Nigerian groom caught watching Messi match during his traditional wedding. Like, dude, like, who raised you? So a Nigerian groom has gone viral on social media after being caught watching a live Lionel Messi match during his traditional wedding ceremony. Now, in the trending video, the groom is seen fully focused on his phone, not to respond to the messages or review vows, should I say, but to watch Inter Milan's match. While his family and guests celebrated around him, he remained glued to his screen, sparking mixed reactions online about priorities and obsession with football. Do you know part that was even annoying me the most about that video?
Okay.
The girl was laughing.
I mean, like this.
Yeah, green flag is, let's say green flag, sorry. Red flag is actually working in a man's bones. And then you are laughing, you're smiling.
Do you know that? I feel like sometimes these men actually tell them, I love football so much. I love football and I can't do without it. Sometimes
repeat.
Yes, I know, but they want to watch that real match. Let me tell you something.
So why did you choose your wedding date on the day Inter Milan was playing?
But let me tell you something. Sometimes I blame the women because they actually know that this person is like this. But maybe, do you know that they were maybe during the courtship that the man has done that before? It could have been. He has been distracted by football, and then
he wasn't really paying attention to her and everything.
And she's like, you listen to me now and the rest, and you saw it, and then you still decided, okay, let me go and get married. So if you don't
during the wedding, football during, okay, I know it happens, but exchange of vows and all that, please make it make sense.
It's abnormal, seriously. Like, bro, you're literally watching football while you're, or should I say, or
even a vow celebration, people are dancing.
On your wedding day, you should be very excited. I mean, you should be very happy. What is football, my dear? What is football?
Which one is what is football?
What is football now with? I mean, like,
why do I feel like you're a K-drama person?
No. No.
Which one is what is football? I beg, but actually make make sense.
No, what is football?
Change your statement.
Your wedding, like it's a one-time thing, just one time. For those that believe in monogamy marriage, you get. So it's a one-time thing, and then you
can watch and repeat. There's going to be more of those matches one way or the other.
You're disrespecting your wife. I mean, see, let me tell you something. If you disrespect your wife, no one will respect your wife. You understand? How can you do that? And now, if you disrespect someone, no one will respect the person. Especially when that person is your person. I mean, it really tried, Sha. Let me just say
No. The truth, look, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. I don't like the fact that you're like, what is football? That part is wrong.
You're a football lover.
You should take it back.
Bitch, I'm a football
Now,
lover.
the only reason I'm
the
only reason I'm actually having this conversation is because he was not even watching my team. I'm just saying, he was not even watching my team. So he can do whatever he wants to do. But the truth of the matter is, girl, stop laughing. This is not anything for you to be laughing about. Your partner is literally cheating on you with football. And then and he's actually seeing it as nothing, like there's nothing wrong about it.
And look at it in this other way. We should stop prognosing on other people's issues.
See, for me, I don't know the lesson you're taking out of this. This is a lesson thought. See, the day I want to get married, or maybe I know the date I want to get married, I am going straight to European League. I'm checking every date, going all the way to the play. I'm going all the way to every league. Check the date. Make sure that there is no, and make sure that there is no, how do you call it? There is no game being played on the day of my wedding.
My dear, I'm not even checking anything.
Yeah, I'm checking.
When is the day for my wedding? Bro, I'm concentrating on my wedding. Football should stand by. Please, I'm concentrating on my wedding.
It's a lesson. Yeah, just check me. I'm going to check every date.
That means you're really addicted to this football.
No, you cannot be watching football on my wedding day now. So I have to make sure that there's no football happening on those days.
Don't worry, your husband won't be
Recently,
like that.
I saw a video where I think people were actually getting married. They're actually getting married in, how do you call it, this Marvel shields and everything, you get me? So it got to a point where I was like, this will be a nice one. So I hit up a friend, I was like, I think the day Manchester United is playing, that's it. Everybody will wear jersey. Everybody's going to put on their jersey on that day. But anyway, shout out to every football lover out there. But please, I beg, know when to do it. When is the right time? Understand? Please. I guess that is it.
Love your wife. Love your wife.
Exactly. Yes. So aside this, I know we've taken care of almost all the story, but would there be another particular story you felt like, okay, we think should have talked about or something like that?
Well, we've talked about the ones that.
We just say like which one actually took your attention?
Well,
the Mohbad story.
Yeah, it was very tragic. And for this other story about the men pee on the road or urinating on the road side, I mean,
that's walking red flag. Don't touch me with your hand. All right, thank you so much, Treasure, for coming through. I really do appreciate it. Coming up next is our main segment, and we are going straight into the movie industry. We're looking at filmmaking, YouTube versus the cinema. We'll be right back. Please don't go anywhere.
In the heart of Uyo, two young women with big dreams and even bigger egos are about to turn everything upside down. Meet Mfong
Eyo Dudu, aka
the brokest rich babe in Akwa Ibom, and Mena, the worry girl who's convinced she's Uyo's finest. Thrown together by fate, they are living the dream and trying not to kill each other. In a city full of hope, hustle, and hilarious missteps, they'll learn that sometimes the only way to make it is by sticking together.
But it's so hard not to lose hope. I know.
Akpo Songudong, when everything's already wrong, what can possibly go right? And with their band of crazy friends and flatmates,
I was joking earlier. I'm your landlady. You are the caretaker.
All you get is more spice, more drama, more laughter.
I was gisting with my brother. yes, I have a new brother.
Lots of brothers doing it.
Get ready for the funniest ride of your life. Akpo Songudong, where dreams meet reality. What could go wrong? Everything.
So you see, these are our billionaire dreams. You don't go ever die. Tomorrow, we go harder. We go harder.
Akpo Songudong, showing every Saturday and Sunday, 3 p.m. and 9 p.m.
Only on ADBN TV.
Now here's some exciting news. ADBN is everywhere you are. Stay connected with us across all our social media and streaming platforms for exclusive news updates, captivating stories, and more. Join the ADBN community today via our various platforms on Avo TV app, ADBN Channel 121. Niger TV app, ADBN TV. Limex World TV app, ADBN TV. Get the latest news straight to your phone. Join our WhatsApp channel. Just search for ADBN TV and hit the follow button. Turn on your notification to stay updated and never miss any part of the experience. Stay in the conversation with us across our social media handles on X at ADBN_TV, Instagram at ADBN_TV, Facebook ADBN TV, YouTube ADBN TV_NG, and keep visiting our website on www.adbntv.com. Watch us live anytime, anywhere. ADBN TV, a part of you.
You're welcome back to the main segment of the show. Now, today we are diving into a very timely conversation that affects the very hearts of storytelling right here in Nigeria. As cinema tickets actually prices continue to rise, we've seen more and more filmmakers take a different route, skipping big screens and going straight to YouTube. But is it actually the shift when it comes to creativity, or it's a survival strategy? So we're asking the big question: are filmmakers running to YouTube because cinemas are just too expensive? So it's more or less like cinemas versus YouTube is exactly what we are looking at today. So to help us unpack this, I'm joined by a multi-talented creative powerhouse, a man who wears many hats and wears them very well. I'm talking about Bobby Rack. He's a filmmaker. He's also a director, a cinematographer, and editor. He's proudly from Rivers State, born, bred, and battered in the vibrant city of Port Harcourt, and is currently based right here in Abuja. So Bobby has made a name for himself in the Nigerian evolved film space, known for visual style that is raw, honest, and deeply connected to culture. Aside that, he also has a new project which we would be, should I say, we'll actually get to know about it. How are you doing, Bobby?
I'm fine. Good morning, Anna.
Good morning to you. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Before that, I want to say congratulations to you on your new project. We can't wait to actually see it.
Thank you very much.
All right, so let's start with a reality check. How affordable is average Nigerian cinema tickets today? Like, from 3,000 to 6,000, or it depends actually on the states right now per tickets. That's like 10 to 20% of the national minimum wage. What is your take on that?
Well, I think it's pretty much hasn't changed. If you check the cost of living now compared to a couple of years ago, the prices, the increase in prices of other commodities, I think the percentage of increase is the same with what happened with cinema tickets. So I don't think there's much difference.
But to you, why do you? Okay, yeah, go ahead.
I feel people say, okay, cinema, we go to cinema to chill. And now the prices are higher, but they don't consider the cost of production, like what it costs to run cinemas. It pretty much affects everybody.
To you, why do you think they are actually more expensive in Nigeria? Would you blame it on inflation? Would you say high operational costs, or something actually deeper than that?
It's the economy. It's the same everywhere. Every aspect, everything in Nigeria now is the same.
Okay, so now let's talk about filmmakers. Would you say they're actually avoiding cinemas not because they don't love the experience, but because their audience simply cannot really afford the show up sometimes?
Okay, first of all, I'd say seeing a movie at the cinemas is not just seeing a movie, it's an experience.
Exactly.
Okay, it's a lot different from sitting in your home to see a movie on the screen or watching it on your phone. Seeing it at the cinema is a different experience altogether. And to me, I think when you see a film at the cinemas, it endears you more to the film and you tend to remember it more because of the experience. In fact, you tend to love it more.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why I think the goal for every filmmaker is to have this film at the cinema.
Okay, so I would like us to actually move to digital shift. Now, let's talk about YouTube. Why are some filmmakers, or like you, I think you basically started from there. You didn't really start from the whole cinema thing. Yeah, exactly. So why are more filmmakers now uploading their film directly online, sometimes even for free? And what's the whole motivation behind it? Would you say YouTube is more like the new oil in the movie industry right now?
Well, first of all, I'd say yes, YouTube is is the ish, is the place to
Yeah.
Okay. But then that's not the only reason why people are shifting to YouTube. First of all, I'd say to an extent, cinema kind of restricts creativity. Here in Nigeria, let me talk about Nigeria.
Oh, okay, that's new. Okay.
Yeah. The process your film passes through before it gets to the cinema is pretty rigorous. One of those processes is passing the film through the censors board.
Okay.
At some point, you get to see them almost editing your film. The least you can get is that they rate it. They give it a particular rating, which I think is fair. But then most times, those people at the censors board, they kind of restrict you. They restrict your story, your creativity, and most times they dictate the actors you use. They could make a film, nice story and all, and then the cinemas, they see it and they say, these things are not known, it's not going to move the market.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you go to YouTube, you don't have all of that.
Okay.
You can just make your film, make sure it conforms with the YouTube regulations, and you can get anybody to see your film.
Oh, okay.
It's easier.
Okay, but aside that, is there any other reason, or is just the odd? Is just where everybody is really moving right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's less rigorous. You can make your film today and upload it tomorrow, and nobody is saying, hey, you should have used this camera.
And you still make your money.
Yes, and you make your money.
Okay, let's do a case study right here, and I'd love us to use Fukakidele's movie Everybody Loves Jennifer. So now using Everybody Loves Jennifer as a case study, what lesson can we actually learn from this huge cinema success? How it later found life online too at the same time. What do you think? Now, for instance, it actually grossed around 1 billion naira in the Nigerian box office, and then it went to find its audience digitally also. So to you, what is your perspective as a filmmaker? Would you treat a film that's already done well in cinemas directly and then also bring it down on YouTube too?
Okay, so what every filmmaker wants when he makes his film is one, to get the audience to see their film and two, to make money. Yeah. Now, the money-making part. When you make a film, you try as much as possible to put it everywhere where it can fetch you money.
Okay.
Now, the truth is, if you take your film to streaming outlets, what they pay you depends on your bargaining power or how well your film is accepted. So, having your film in theaters, in the cinema, can actually boost the possibility that streaming platforms will accept your film and also increase the amount they will pay you. So, if your film passes through the cinema, when it gets to the streaming platforms, it would most easily be readily accepted and you get more for it. Okay. So those two work hand in hand. So I think that's pretty much what they did. Yeah. Okay. And if you check the digital streaming platforms, there are old movies. Decades ago, still coming back to digital platforms. Yeah. Recently, I saw one of my favorite movies, Heat, a heist movie featuring Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. I think it recently came back to the Netflix.
Oh, okay.
You get so no matter how far or how well they did.
Yeah, you can still go back in memory to watch everything all over again. Yeah. Let's talk about your current project before we actually move on to the next conversation. First of all, I want to say congratulations again on your movie, Dara. So what really inspired the story and what should audience really expect? Like, let's talk about it a little bit.
Okay, so I was hired to direct the film. In other words, everything concerning the creative aspect of the film was handed to me. But the story was written by Fonishet, who actually doubled as the executive producer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, of course, as the director, when I got to read the script, I had to have conversations with him. And from those conversations, I got to understand that the story came literally from real life experiences. Yes, his own experience. Now, being that the film is set in Port Harcourt City, and I happen to be a Port Harcourt person, I understand Port Harcourt lifestyle. So when I read the story, I could totally relate to everything that was in there. Yeah. And I think that was one of the reasons why he picked me to direct the film.
Oh, nice.
Besides the fact that we worked together on a couple of
other projects. Yeah.
Yeah, he picked me because I've been there. And I've had experiences like that before.
So Dara is actually okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what the audience should expect. Dara is a unique film. The story is unique when we talk about cinema experiences. You can hardly find stories like that on the cinemas. And we took our time to make it suitable for the theaters. I was part of the post-production process. In fact, I was actually the editor. I edited the film myself. So we got a very sound engineer to work on this the sound design. So it's suitable for cinema. So it's something that's it's an emotional story. Let me stop there because I don't.
Okay, spoiler alert. Okay, so Dara is actually heading to cinemas right now. So soon, as we all know very well. So how are you approaching the release, especially in a time when many filmmakers are going digital?
Like I said before, the goal is put it everywhere possible so they can make as much money as possible because this is show business. Besides the show, you have to do the business aspect. So the plan is to put it through cinema and then target streaming platforms. I had a couple of challenges getting into cinema, but it scaled through because, of course, the selling point is very strong. Yeah.
Okay.
So the target is to put it through cinema and then to streaming platforms.
Okay. All right, so now I'm really inquisitive on this one. I know a lot of yours, most of your movies have been on YouTube, they've been online. And then the company you're working with, shout out to Mac Entertainment, most of their activities have mostly been on YouTube too. Now, I really want to know what really made you choose the cinema path for Dara, especially for this particular project, okay? Would you say it's the story itself? Would you say it's the skill? Would you say maybe the audience wants more of a reach? What really is your take on that?
Okay, I'd say all of the above because first of all, when you talk about filmmaking is basically motion picture.
Okay.
In other words, when you talk about film, you're talking about what the audience sees, and the dialogue actually helps to interpret what the audience is seeing. However, there are different kinds of films. You have films that are heavy on dialogue, and you have films that are moved by the story. For instance, there are this set of films that are called telenovelas. You see most of them on YouTube where they'll say, okay, there's this rich tycoon and he's looking for a wife, so he pretends like he's a poor person, and then he keeps driving the story and they carry you and carry you and carry you. Those are telenovelas. Those are actually story based. Now, the truth is, such films won't give you that experience when you get to the cinemas. In other words, there are films that are made for the theaters and there are films that are made for other platforms. From the quality of production to the story to the emotions portrayed by the story down to the visuals.
Okay.
So previously we worked on TV series, the ones we have on YouTube, TV series. Yeah. So those ones won't give you that exceptional cinema experience.
I get it.
But this particular movie was made with the cinemas in mind. In other words, it was created in such a way that it will give people that extra feel when they get to this.
I saw the trailer. And I don't know, but your selection, the actors and the actresses you chose, exceptional. I don't know how intentional you were on that, but you guys really did amazing. We really saw most of the people that are actually on board.
I'm sorry, can you take that again? You were cracking up just now.
Okay, so I was saying that, first of all, I want to say, I love I don't know how intentional you guys were when it came to choosing the right people or the right actors on this project. I saw most of them were like, we've been watching these guys, and for me, I felt like it was a plus. That's a plus, and I'm eager to really see what you have for this. It was giving the whole Potako feeling, the pigeon and everything in it. Yeah.
Actually, that's part of filmmaking for me. We had the casting director, so the person reached out to people he felt could play the roles, and then everything still came back to me. So I had conversations with some of them and picked some characters.
Yeah.
Others were actually handpicked. Like I looked at the characters and I was like, this person is going to
nice instincts. Nice.
You get where we had where I had a tough time picking a character was for our antagonist, the antagonist. Yeah. The person we picked to play the role as Cage, he had never done something like this before.
Oh, okay.
And every other film he'd done, he always played, smooth, calm, blah, blah, blah. But this time, for this character, we needed somebody tough, someone very, very rugged. Now, when during casting, when I saw his picture, what I so noticed was just his brows. I was like, this guy is brown. If we get it right, he's going to have a very mean. And when I got to speak with him, he had that desire, that hunger to play that role.
Nice.
I was like, okay, I'll go this way, and he didn't disappoint.
Oh, okay. All right, let's take a look at the future of film distribution right now. Do you think the future of Nigerian filmmaking lies more in digital release than cinemas? Should young filmmakers start thinking YouTube first?
Well, I think both run side by side. Let me give you an instance. There was a time when we felt regular photography would phase out. When the era of phone cameras came and everybody had access to phone cameras, and we felt photographers are going to lose their jobs. Normal photos that you snap and put on the walls are going to be useless. But somehow that hasn't happened.
Yeah.
It's like saying there are cars and there are cars. There are vintage cars. So the cinema is what I regard as like the vintage feel. You get. So both platforms, I think, are very important. And like I said previously, some films are built for the theaters, while others are built for other platforms. So I think for young filmmakers, they should understand if they have stories, they should know exactly where it's going from the onset so that they create for those platforms. Even as this film that is going to come out, I still have plans to make productions for YouTube. Okay. For YouTube. And
yeah, I was going to ask a question around that. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, making cinema films is not very cheap. It's expensive.
It is.
It's pretty expensive. If you want to make a film that would fit all the standards required for cinema, theatrically, it's very expensive from the production down to the post-production, especially the post-production. So they should target both. Both would run side by side.
Okay. Well, we can't wait. All right. So before we let you go, if a young filmmaker came to you right now today with a low budget and also, should I say, a strong story, would you recommend a cinema premiere or a YouTube release, and why? That hit you. You were not expecting that.
Low budget, don't know cinema. However, there are several ways you can put out a film. I did a short film one time. I put it out later on YouTube. But before I put it out on YouTube, I did private screenings. Like I did publicity, then I got access to a small cinema hall. I paid for the hall, paid for the seats, and sold tickets online. And people came, had popcorn and drinks.
Oh,
it was
nice.
a 30-minute long film. It was a short film. And they came and they sat and they watched and they totally enjoyed it. I think I had a couple of sessions. I ran in Abuja, I did Port Harcourt also. And it was pretty successful. So for young filmmakers who don't have the money to go to the theaters, I think they can even do something like that.
Oh, that's nice.
Get family, friends, come support you, see your film. And after that, you can put it anywhere else. You can put it anywhere else. There are 1,001 ways to put out your film.
Okay, so... All right. So before we wrap up, do you have anything to say? Your pattern shot, advice, anything? What do you want to say?
Okay. Like I said, this is show business.
It is.
Both of them run side by side. For me, I'm the show person. Like I have the show. I'm still learning to do the biz. But then filmmaking is teamwork. You can't do everything alone.
No, you
It's
can't.
teamwork. It's a saying I usually give to people when I'm working. I say, as a filmmaker, you are only as good as your worst member. Yeah. When you're talking about pace, you're only as fast as your slowest member. So basically, filmmaking is teamwork. Collaborations are amazing. That's what got me here. That's what I'm saying.
All right. Thank you so much, Bobby Rag. Thank you so much for coming through. Thank you so much for your honesty and insights today. We really do appreciate. And we can't wait to see Dara, the movie, in all cinemas. And it's always refreshing to hear from someone who is in the trenches, creating experimenting and adapting with the time. To our audience, whether you're a filmmaker, a film lover, or just curious about where Nollywood is heading, one thing is clear: the landscape is changing. Cinemas may never disappear entirely, but platforms like YouTube are no longer just a backup plan. They are the main stage for many creatives, especially those who want freedom, access, and visibility. We hope today's discussion has sparked your mind and maybe even lit a little fire in some of you to go out there and create. My name is Nana Abina, and you've been watching Chat Circle. Until next time, keep watching, keep questioning, and keep supporting great storytelling. Take care of yourself. Have a lovely weekend.